Hello and welcome to Poetry in Style. In this video we're gonna talk about a poet from Canada called John McCrae. He was born in Canada on the 30th of November 1872 and passed away on the 28th of January 1918 in Wimereux in France. He was known for this poem called In Flanders Fields. John McCrae was a military doctor who served during the First World War. In Flanders Field I chose that poem because I am from, as you know, Belgium. And the famous battles of Flanders, the famous Flanders Field took place in the north of my country. And this man was in Ypres, which is a city in Flanders in the north of Belgium. And he wrote that poem in 1915 during the First World War after the death of his friend during the Second Battle of Ypres. You know, as a tour guide, a lot of people sometimes ask me, or some people ask me, where can they find or where can they visit places related to the First World War or the Second World War? And Belgium suffered a lot during the First World War. And I remember not so long ago I had a tour and there was a man from Canada with his family from France. And he mentioned that because I start my tours by asking, what do you know about Belgium? If I remember properly, he mentioned the battle, the Flanders Field, and I said, that's true. And there's a poem called In Flanders Field. And this man knew the poem by heart and started reciting it. And so today, I'm gonna show you that poem and we're gonna analyze it together. So first of all, one of the things I want to say, it's obviously, even though those are dramatic events, even though it's very sad, it's a poem that is well known in the field of poetry, that is studied by people from Canada, apparently. And it's about something that took place in my little country. And so I find it important, personally important, to talk about it. So that's the first thing I want to say. After that, we're going to look at it and we're going to see what we can learn from that beautiful piece of poetry. In Flanders Fields by John McCrae. In Flanders Fields the poppies blow between the crosses row on row that mark a place, and in the sky the lark still bravely singing fly, scarce head amid the guns below. We had the dead short days ago, we lived, fell down, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up or quarrel with the foe, to you from failing's hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field. What a poem, man. In Flanders Fields the poppies blow. It's interesting. The poppies blow. It talks about the lark, the poppy. It talks about life. We lived, fell down, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie. There's this juxtaposition between life and death, the element of life, which are the poppies, which are like the flowers, and then after that the poppies blows between the crosses row on row, you know, the crosses row on row, showing the cemetery, showing death, but between those tombs there are poppies, you know, and then we lived, fell down, so sunset glow, you know. Then before that we had a dead short days ago, we lived, fell down, so sunset glow. There's this comparison that actually the reason why these events are so dramatic is because life is beautiful. It's simple, but you live, you know, for example, take up a quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high, if we break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field. It's really interesting because this, it repeats, it keeps on talking about these poppies growing, you know. In Flanders Fields the poppies blow, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow, you know. It's it really shows in this small and simple poem, it really shows the dramatic atmosphere surrounded the Flanders Field. And I find that incredible because from what I understand, I'm not exactly sure about that, but from what I understand, it's the only poem that he wrote, or at least the only poem that he was known for. And now we are still talking about that poem. We're still, showing that poem in school, and this man knew that poem by heart. Anyway, so it's the thing that's the importance of art. You know what I mean? It's really the importance because when you think about it, we are going to study our war. We're going to study these dramatic events. We're gonna study these changes, thing that completely, whether we like those events or not, they shaped a world. Those dramatic things shape the world we are living in today. And these poems, this piece of art, sometimes you can see paintings, sometimes you can see different types of art again, and they show that change. They show those events that led to where we are today, and then we can study them. But by studying art, in that case poetry, we also understand, we can put the feelings, because this is full of feelings. It's interesting because it shows what happens. It's about showing. It's not about saying, I feel bad. No, it shows the scenery, but we feel the emotion. It's like a witness of the moment. As I said before, like a window showing the landscape of that moment in the past. In that case, Flanders Field. There you go. I hope you like that poem, and tell me what you think and what you learned from it, and if you are interested in the events of the First or Second World War. And in the meantime, have a good day.